Okay, so today we're going to be looking at lateral raise technique and a way I cue my clients to do a lateral raise which is specific for them, which really helps them get a lot more deltoid, takes the traps out of it, so makes it a much more accurate exercise. We're going to look at two variations, one standing, one seated, both with dumbbells. So remembering that with this exercise, the main stimulus is going to be when we're in this mid-range, so that's when you want the most control. But what can happen with a lot of people is that when they go out into that lateral raise position, they'll either shrug up, they'll go behind them like this, and even though they'll be able to lose more weight, use more weight with it, they're getting a lot more traps, a little bit of shoulder irritation. So what I'll do with somebody when I'm cueing this exercise is first get them to look at their feet, so be aware of their feet when they're stood up. Just this nice slight bend in the knees, like so, and the cue is not going to be on the hands but on their elbows. So if I bring my elbow so it's in line with where my toe is, what you'll find is you'll have a nice alignment of the scapulohumeral rhythm. So basically where that when the arm goes out to the side, there's an element of abduction and a slight level of forward flexion, so as we go into that position like so, which really helps target the deltoids. So my cues are slight bend in the knees, bring the elbows up, and it's elbows to toes. Don't worry about where your hands are, just make sure your elbows are level with your toes as you come up. Pause, hold, 1, 2, and back down. So it's up, hold, 1, 2, back down. So a really simple cue for lateral raises is when you stood up, elbows go level with your toes. That'll get you a nice alignment and less likely to encounter shoulder irritation or too much trap involvement. Now from a seated point of view, we're going to do, it's very, very similar. So the actual movement itself is going to stay the same, but all we're going to do is change the cue, and this is going to help this time because what we're going to say now is hands to knees. So you're going to have just a small amount of forward thoracic flexion, and you're just going to say bring your hands out to the side so your hands are level with your knees. So this is, imagine there's a sheet of glass in front of you, level with your knees there, and you just bring your hands out to that point like so. So up to here, slowly, hands to knees, hold, 1, 2, and back. And again, up, hands to knees, 1, 2, and back. And again, what this does is just by using that simple cue, it'll keep them in a position which has a nice shoulder alignment where we have a lot more medial deltoid. We're not getting too much compression, and again, using the wrong muscles, which defeats the purpose of the exercise.